Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining the Tyson Fury Media Conference Call. Your host for today, Tom Brown, President of TGB Promotions. You may begin.
Well, thank you. And thanks, everybody, for joining us for this call for the December 1 Showtime pay-per-view boxing show live from Staples Center, presented by Premier Boxing Champions. The card is headlined by the WBC World Heavyweight Champion Deontay Wilder, defending his title against lineal heavyweight champ Tyson Fury in a blockbuster matchup of undefeated heavyweights. This is the most significant heavyweight fight in the United States since Lennox Lewis took on Mike Tyson in 2002. Tickets now are on sale live for the live event and available at AXS.com, Staples Center box office, or StaplesCenter.com. And it's been a great year for Showtime Boxing. It's a great way to end the year for Stephen Espinoza. Stephen's been instrumental in Deontay Wilder having a home at Showtime, and he was instrumental in creating this tremendous card for the fans here on December 1. So it's my pleasure to introduce Stephen Espinoza.
Thanks very much, Tom. Yes, indeed, heavyweight boxing and big-time heavyweight boxing is definitely back. Wilder versus Fury will be the 13th heavyweight world title fight presented by Showtime since 2015. That includes 3 heavyweight world title fights just so far this year in 2018. This is a showdown of undefeated consensus top 5 heavyweights. As Tom said, the most significant heavyweight title fight in the U.S. in almost 20 years. And with the 6'7" Deontay Wilder and the 6'9" Tyson Fury, we've got 2 of boxing's greatest showmen with larger-than-life personalities and true heavyweight charisma. Tyson, of course, is undefeated, former IBF, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion. He is unique in the heavyweight division. His size, mobility, his footwork, his skill set. He presents a challenge unlike any other. Interesting side note here, both Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury are alumni of ShoBox. They're among the 78 ShoBox fighters who have gone on to win world titles. And on behalf of the network, I'd like to extend our thanks to Tyson Fury and to John Fury and the entire Fury camp. Those of you who have seen the clip that we released earlier, you can see that Tyson has given us thorough access to his training camp. It's been a fascinating experience, and we are confident viewers are those who are not familiar with Tyson are going to be enamored of him once they're exposed to him. So here in the U.S., All Access premieres on Showtime this Saturday, 10 p.m. And also there's a special airing tomorrow night, Friday night, after the ShoBox, which starts at 9:30. And again, we are thrilled to be presenting this fight along with Frank Warren, Tom Brown, and TGB. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen. And there'll be a slew of events leading up to the fight, the week of the fight. The main event press conference is on Wednesday. The undercard press conference will be on Thursday, and we have a public weigh-in on Friday. So now it's my pleasure to introduce International Boxing Fame Hall of Fame promoter, Frank Warren.
Good afternoon or good evening as we're in the UK at the moment. Gentlemen, thanks very much for joining us. Tom, thanks for that, and Stephen. Tyson is a unique boxer. There's no doubt about that. He has a unique style. He's the man, as all been just said, he's a lineal champion. He's the guy that went to Germany and took the title off of Klitschko. And his trials and tribulations have been well documented. But if you look at him now, look where he's at. He's climbed a mountain. He's sunk to a lot of people could be as far as the problems that they could have in their life. But he's shown what a man he is by coming back and got himself into a position now where I think he looks the best he's ever been as far as everybody's concerned and knows him in boxing, both mentally and physically. And he is doing what he always does, goes to the other guy's backyard to get back the titles that he never lost. He is without a doubt, in my opinion, one of the best British heavyweight title champions of all time, undefeated, and he is a man on a mission. Where he's at now, I think, as I just said, is that he's in a position where a lot of people would hate to be, and where you could possibly be the lowest you can ever be, but come back with all the strength and character, and is in the most fantastic physical shape, no reaction, in a great mental shape as well. So I think we're going to get a great fight. We've got a great fighter, great American champion who's undefeated, who's I think is going to show what he's really worth. Is he good as everybody thinks he is? This is without a doubt the toughest fight he's ever going to have. And as I say, that he's in with a man who wants to get back the title. He never lost in the ring. Wants to show that the world that he is the best out there. And it's going to be a great fight in the first, and we're all looking forward to it. And as I say, Tyson's here now. I'm sure he's got some things to say to you guys, which I hope there'll be a great interest here.
Okay, Mr. Warren, can you please introduce Tyson?
Sorry, the line's breaking up here.
If you could just introduce Tyson so he can make opening comments, that would be great.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you. Anyway, Tyson's here on the line, so I'm sure you want to hear from the undefeated lineal champion, Tyson Fury.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody on the line. I hope you've got some good questions for me.
Perfect. Let's open it up then.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to ask a question, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. Again, if you have any questions at this time, please press star 1 on your telephone keypad. And I'm waiting for callers to join the queue at this present time. Okay, our first question is going to come from Keith Idek from theboxingscene.com. Please go ahead.
Hey, Tyson. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to ask you what went into your decision to bring Freddie Roach aboard and how he's kind of helping you along here in camp.
Yeah, we're training in Freddie's gym now in Hollywood at the Wild Card. Very good to have Freddie's experience around, giving us good pointers, and he's a very nice guy, so I thought I'd invite him to be a part of the team, and he can give us some good experience in the corner.
What will his role be on fight night? Obviously, Ben will be in charge like usual. Is that the way it's going to go?
Whatever Freddie wants to do, he can do. Freddie's his own man. Whatever he wants to do, he'll do in the corner. I'm sure he will.
Okay. How much of an advantage maybe do you feel that could be for you, Tyson, being that Freddie has worked with so many great fighters and had so much success?
It's always good to have experience in the corner. You know, it's always good to have a wise head in the corner, and it's going to be to my advantage.
When did you shift your camp down to Freddie's gym there?
About 3 weeks ago.
Okay. Did Big Bear not work for you, or why did you do that exactly?
We always planned to move. Big Bear was altitude training. We had 3.5 weeks in Big Bear. It was very good. I loved every minute of it. But we moved down to sea level to train for the fight.
Okay, great. Thank you, Tyson.
Our next question is going to come from Jake Lamborn from The Sun. Please go ahead.
I just wanted to ask, is there any truth in the rumours that you knocked out Joe Joyce in sparring, and was that one of the reasons why that you left the Big Bear gym?
No, there's no truth in it, and it's got nothing to do with why I left. I just told you why I left. It was always planned to leave.
And do you think this fight will be a tougher fight than your win against Vladimir Klitschko? In that fight, obviously, you brilliantly outboxed the boxer, so...
I'm hoping it's going to be the toughest fight in my life. That's what I'm preparing for. So if it's anything less, I think it'll be easy for me.
And what are your feelings towards Deontay Wilder? Obviously, he recently came out and said that he doesn't hate you, actually likes you as a friend and as a person. So what do you make of him?
I don't really know him as an individual character. I only know him as a boxer, so don't really have an opinion on him. He's in my weight, and that's all I'm focusing on at the moment. I'm sure after the fight we can go through a bit or whatever. You know, I don't hold no hard feelings. It's just a sport.
And do you see this fight going 12 rounds? Do you think you've got the power to knock him out?
Excuse me, I didn't hear that. Say that again.
Sorry, do you see this fight going the distance? Can you go 12 rounds, or do you think you can knock him out in this upcoming fight?
Well, heavyweights, we both can knock each other out, and we should be fit enough to do 12 rounds. So I think if not, there'd be no point in training for 12 weeks, would there?
Cheers. Thank you very much, Tyson.
Cheers.
Our next question is going to come from Taryn Wack from Tuscaloosa News. Please go ahead.
Hi, Tyson. This is Taryn. Why would you say that this is the biggest fight of your career, even when you do consider your old Klitschko one?
Excuse me, say that again. Why do I think it's the big fight?
Yeah, why would you consider this the biggest fight of your life, even when you take into account all the ones you've had in the past?
Because every fight that I fight is the biggest fight of my life until that moment. They're all the biggest fights, all of them. My last fight, the fight before that, they're all the biggest fights because I don't look back in the past. I only look forward to the future. So every fighter that I come across is my biggest challenge to date.
And do you think the winner of this fight should be considered the absolute heavyweight champion of the world, even with Anthony Joshua out there with some belts?
I'm not sure. You know, I'm not sure what people will always have an opinion on who's better and who isn't. So it's really unimportant to me what people think, who's the best or whatever. The most important thing is that they all fight each other. And give the boxing fans of our era something to talk about. You know, it'd be a crying sin to not fight each other and all get in the mix. You know, it's going to be an exciting time. It's an exciting time. Whether who's the best, we'll all find out when we all fight each other.
And the fact that it is the first heavyweight championship in America in a long time, does that add to it even more, or does the location not really matter?
The location's fantastic. To be in America, boxing on US pay-per-view, boxing in Los Angeles, it's a fantastic place. You know, I'm happy to be a part of such a massive event. And I'm sure it's going to go down in American boxing history. It's the first time you got two unbeaten world heavyweight champions, both giants, both got big points to prove, fighting each other. I'm as excited as a boxer as I am as a boxing fan to this point.
Okay, thank you.
Our next question is going to come from Mark Ortega from the Sporting News. Please go ahead.
Hey, Tyson. Thanks a lot for your time. One question I have is, do you feel like you're as supported as other British fighters, and do you feel like you should have more support from them considering all you've achieved in the ring?
I feel like I've got the support of the world behind me at the moment. Not just the British fight fans. You know, I'm jogging down the road in Los Angeles and everybody's cheering my name and saying, go on, champ, and getting messages from all over the world. So I don't just have support from the UK, I have support from all over the globe, which I'm very, very happy about.
The fight isn't yet sold out as far as tickets go. Do you expect British fans to travel in support of you? Do you expect to have like a large cheering section at this fight?
I'm sure I'll have as many fans as Deontay Wilder at the fight, but let's just say if this fight would have been in Manchester or anywhere in the UK, we'd have sold the stadium out. We'd have sold 75,000 tickets. But, you know, they did want it to be here, and I'm happy that it is here because it gets me on the road again. I'm becoming a proper road warrior now, fighting different people, countries, and taking championships off champions in their own country. So I've become accustomed to it. But make no mistake, if this would have been in Manchester, we could have had this at Old Trafford, and it would have sold 75,000 tickets.
Yeah, I don't doubt that at all. Is it less distracting to be the traveling fighter and going to the other guy's, home grounds in order to fight than it would be if this was in the UK and all the obligations that come with that?
Not really. I think it doesn't really matter where the fight's going to be. As a fighter, it doesn't really matter to me if it's in wherever it is, because the outcome is going to be the same. A fight is a fight, no matter how many fans you've got behind you or how many people want you to win. If you're good enough, you win, and if you're not, you're going to lose. So it's really unimportant where the fight is, travelling to different countries. But for me, as a fighter, it makes it all the more sweeter when I win in somebody else's home backyard, and I take all that and use it as a player.
All right, thank you so much. Looking forward to the fight. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our next question is going to come from Carlos Toro from Fightful. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Tyson, for taking time away from your schedule to talk to us. The first question is, when your comeback was announced earlier this year, did you envision getting the world title shot against Deontay Wilder just months after that first return fight against Tyson Fury?
Yes, I did, because I was very motivated and very determined. With me, when I make my mind up on something, I just do it. I don't take no prisoners. I don't beat around the bush. I don't play games. I don't play at boxing. So whatever I want in boxing, I take. And that's the attitude I've got.
How does training for this fight against Deontay Wilder compare to the training you went through close to 3 years ago when you were preparing for Vladimir Klitschko?
All training camps are the same, whether I'm training for Francesco Pianetta, Vladimir Klitschko, Deontay Wilder, or anybody. They're all the same. You just train, eat, sleep, repeat for a long period of time, and that's it. The only thing that might change is the size of the sparring partners or their stance, because if I'm boxing an orthodox man or a southpaw, then I'll need sparring to match. But the only thing that will change in the training camp ever is the size of the sparring partners. That's it.
And lastly, when you're preparing for someone like Deontay Wilder and his kind of knockout power, do you focus more on trying to get Wilder too deep into the fight or being able to withstand Wilder's shots and be able to trade with him?
I don't really focus on any of that, to be honest. I just do what I do, and that's it. I don't really care what Deontay Wilder's going to bring to the table, as long as I do what I do best, and I'm not really bothered about anything he does. I just hope he does his best, and then he prepares and brings his A game. So that'll make me bring my A plus on. So that's what I'm hoping for.
Thank you, Tyson, and best of luck on December 1st.
Thank you.
Our next question is going to come from Lim Satterfield from theboxingscene.com. Please go ahead.
Hi, Tyson. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you.
Yeah. I think everyone will agree that, your story is pretty remarkable and inspiring. And I'm just kind of wondering, is there a therapeutic value to boxing? Is it a way of quieting, so to speak, the demons, the noise, or soothing the savage beast in the mind, so to speak? And if so, what about it does that?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Did you hear my question? Did you hear my question?
Well, I'm still here, and I have him conferenced in. So,
did you hear my question?
I don't think so.
The line was muffled.
Does he want me to ask it again?
Yes, please. Tyson, are you there?
we may have lost him, Lisa. So let me try and conference in through Ben Davison. Tyson or Tim, can you hear us? Okay, stand by.
Yeah. Everyone stand by for 1 second. Sorry about that.
Thank you. Still there?
Yep. Hang on 1 second, everybody.
Okay.
Okay, Lisa, we have Tyson in again.
Okay.
Tyson, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Glenn, can you repeat your question?
Yes. Can you hear me, Tyson?
Yeah, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before.
Yeah. Okay. I was going to say that I think everyone would agree that your story is really remarkable, and I was wondering if there was a therapeutic value to boxing that kind of quiets the demons, soothes the savage beast of the mind, so to speak. You know, other people do knitting and meditation and reading, and I'm wondering if boxing provides some type of therapeutic value for you, and if so, in what ways?
I'm not so sure it's the boxing, but it definitely the training does help. See, when I don't train, I tend to get down and low. So I need to train on a regular basis. When I train, I'm fine. I think with the boxing side of things, it's always given me something to look forward to, something to train for, a goal. And it's really helped me in the last year or so.
How is that validated? How does that make you feel good about you as a human being? Because I know you talked about just none of this mattering, no matter what was going on when you had the Klitschko fight. But how does that make you feel good?
How does what make me feel good? The training?
Yes.
Well, when you train, it sets off an endorphin in your blood, makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you feel good after training.
Okay. All right. I think that answers my question. Tyson, thank you very much. Good luck, and we really appreciate your brave challenge.
Okay, our next question is going to come.
Cheers, buddy.
Going to come from Nestor Gibbs from theboxingvoice.com. Please go ahead.
Tyson, how are you?
Good. I'm good, thank you. Very good.
All right. So I want to start off with something light. When you win this fight, what would your victory meal be, and where do you plan on going for vacation?
Can you hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah. What my victory meal be? It'll probably be about 4 in the morning when I get finished with the drug test and the press conference. So I probably won't be eating after the fight. I'll go to bed straight away when I get finished. And my vacation will be back at home where I live in the UK because I've been away for over 3 months. I've not seen my kids in over 3 months, and my wife and all that sort of stuff. And we have Christmas coming up, so that's going to be like a good vacation for December.
Now, in the past with the Vladimir Klitschko fight, you've used mind tactics. You've got inside his mind and under his skin. Is bringing Freddie Roach part of that, right? Because we're used to fighters saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know, you've called Deontay Wilder a bum in the past, but you're changing a lot. You changed camp, and now you added a trainer. Is this part of the mind game, or is this to improve Tyson Fury for this fight?
This is just the things that happened along the way, to be honest. Like I said before, we always intended to train in Big Ben and come down to LA. As for Freddie Roach, I just invited him into the corner because he's a lovely fellow. He's been very hospitable to us, and I thought it'd be good if we got him in the corner as well, to give us some tips and just to help out generally. He's very experienced and he's a very nice guy. It's not a mind tactic to Deontay Wilder. It's just Go on.
No, I'm sorry. I thought I caught a pause. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, it's all good. There's no mind tactic things going on. I didn't try and get in Vladimir's mind. It just seemed to work out that way.
And my final question, do you agree with the betting line that has you opening up at a plus 138, Wilder at 165, but Fury to win by decision is plus 200, and Fury by KO plus 600?
I think that the bookies and whoever else who's going to bet is entirely generated on someone's opinion. And it means nothing to me, the betting odds, because I've defied every odds. Just even being alive today, I defied the odds. Being a world champion, defied the odds. Being named Tyson Fury, defied odds too. So odds, I don't really care too much for odds. They don't mean anything to me at all. And I'm not a gambling man at all.
Well, thank you, Tyson. Best of luck.
Our next question is going to come from John Gatlin from the New York Fight.com. Please go ahead.
Tyson, how you doing?
I'm doing
Tyson. Good. Hey, let me get this out of the way. My mother was on the aircraft carrier during the promotional event in New York City. Thinks you're quite a character. She wants to know if you abandoned sex during training.
No.
No?
No sex. No sex. No sex for 12 weeks.
Oh, okay. Now listen, you've had a lot of terrible things to say about Deontay Wilder. A lot of colorful banter and everything else. How much of that is gamesmanship and how much of it is real? How do you really rate Deontay Wilder as a fighter and a threat on December 1st?
To be honest, as a fighter, he does what he does, and as a threat, I hope he can bring his biggest threat that he's got. I don't know about the horrible things I've said about Deontay Wilder. I don't know what that is, but as a person, as a fighter, he's not being the world champion, so he's done his job, and congratulations to him for it.
Eddie Hearn has had a lot of things to say about this promotion as well. He's talked about the lack of ticket sales, the lack of excitement in your style. You brought in Freddie Roach, as has been mentioned, on this broadcast here. How real is it right now for you to put on a good effort in this fight? And if you win, how interested are you in Anthony Joshua, and how do you assess that fight potentially?
I'm not really interested in anything Eddie Hearn has to say, because my promoter's Frank Warren. So anything that Eddie would say is very unimportant to me. As for when I beat Wilder, who will be after that, who knows, because I can only take one match.
All right, best of luck on December 1st, Tyson.
Cheers, mate. Bye-bye.
We're going to take one more question, and then we'll wrap it up. Actually, let's take John Dillon from the London Evening News. Katina, please.
Okay. Hello, Tyson. I can't think of a heavyweight title fight that's had two more extremely opposite styles. And we always talk about styles make fights. So can you give me sort of your assessment of the difference between yourself and Wilder as boxers, please?
Yeah, I'm very good looking and Deontay Wilder's not. That's the difference between us.
Yeah, but we knew that anyway.
How'd you like that job?
Once you get in the ring, though, you won't have a mirror with you.
Yeah, Deontay Wilder's a good fighter. Styles do make fights, as we've seen time and time again in the past. It's very rare that we get to see two people over 6'6" fighting each other. So it's going to be an interesting clash. We've never probably seen this before. so I don't know what to really expect. You've got someone who's got dynamite power and he's going to be looking to land it. And you've got someone who's got great boxing skill and he's going to be trying to use that. But at the end of the day, it's a fight. And at some point or other, two men, heavyweights in a fight, will have to punch each other and stand and fight. And when that moment comes, we're going to see who's the better fighter, who can take the better punches, and who can't. And the loser of this fight rebuilds, and the winner continues on along the road. The fans are the only winners in this fight. Me and Deontay Wilder, we have something to lose. I've been boxing my whole life and never lost a fight. So if I lose on December the 1st, I've lost that zero. I've lost everything I've worked for the last, I don't know how many years, 10 years or so. And I suppose Deontay Wilder's the same, but the fans ain't losing because they get to see two fighters punch each other to pieces and entertain. And that's the way I just see it. But make no mistake, I can box for 12 rounds on my toes and dance around, but at some point or the other, he's going to hit me and I'm going to hit him. So it'll be a 20-foot boxing ring. So it's not that big for two fighters to fight. At some point, we're going to have to stand and trade. And when that point comes, I'm very confident that I can withstand his power and knock him out in return.
Okay, I mean that is the point. You know, I mean, you can avoid though getting drawn into a war because you're known for being clever, aren't you?
Well, I don't know about clever. If I was clever, I'd be a rocket scientist. I wouldn't be a boxer. But I have got the ability to see danger before it happens, which is a very good blessing. So, like you say, I've been looking to avoid them big knockout punches around mine. Boxing is about hitting your opponent and not taking any in return. That's how I look at boxing. I don't look at boxing like I'm going to hit you in the face and you're going to hit me back. Because then I'd be a fool. Because at heavyweight, you don't want to be taking big punches to the head because it may cause brain damage sooner or later. And that's not something that I want to occur. So it's my business to get out of the way of them punches and just hit in.
Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
That was the last question for today.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Tyson, and thank you, everybody, for joining us. Just one more time, the event is at the Staples Center. Tickets are available on AXS.com. And this is a rare opportunity to see a real heavyweight championship fight. Two undefeated heavyweight champions on one night. Staples Center, December 1 on Showtime pay-per-view. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining. You may all disconnect and have a great day.